Good evening, this is DJ Roob, host of Not So Serious Radio on KKSM Palomar College Radio. And I want to welcome you tonight to our 7th Pacific View session right here at the Pacific View Art Center in Encinitas. This is a program that we are so happy that the city of Encinitas has given us a chance to showcase local artists from all around the county. And tonight's performance is one worth waiting for. Tonight, let me introduce you to Mr. Ben Powell.
Hello, hello, hello. Hey. All right. Baby, I had a little girl, she looked sweet and low. Used to love me, baby, don't know more now. Well, baby, well. Baby, can't stand that love, it's hard to tell. Hey. Baby, I'm going downtown to have my hand and find my good girl, she got no man, baby, well. Well. Baby, can't stand that love, it's hard to tell. Hey. Baby, get a little high, sugar, I'm gonna get a little low. Find my baby right well, you know, and then I won't. Baby, I won't. Baby, I won't, girl, I won't have to go. Hey, now. Hey. Time I run, baby, to myself. Ain't playing around, show with no one else, and then I won't. Baby, I won't, no. Oh, baby, I won't, girl, I won't have to go. Baby, I won't. Hey, all right. Well, baby, when I get you, baby, let's move on outskirts of town. Baby, when I get you, so let's move on the outskirts of town. Baby, don't need, ooh, love don't need no man's coming around. Hey. Baby, it might be a little bit funny, well, baby, just as funny as it can be. Baby, it might be a little bit funny, well, baby, a little funny can be. Baby, like my good girl got chillin' hot. Ooh, so I hope it look a little bit like me. Well. Well, baby, when I get you, Baby, don't need no grocery boy coming around. Hey, baby, when I get you, baby, don't need no grocery boy come around. Hey, baby, on the house cuss, baby, 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 get it right from the warm ground. Yeah. Thank you. All right.
Hey, we got Ben Powell in the house for his Pacific View session. Hello, Ben.
Hello. Thanks for having me.
Of course. So I will start right off the bat saying it's nice to have a local Encinitan here for the sessions. You've been a longtime resident of the city, and we're proud of our sons here.
Well, it's I moved here as soon as I could. I got here in '91. Skateboarder, soon to be a musician after I broke my ankle, and buddy handed me a guitar, and I've been at it ever since. I used to live right on the other side of this property here.
Yeah. Who knew one day you'd be gracing the stage here?
Lucky me.
So by way of background, Ben is a preeminent bluesman. I think preeminent's a good word to describe that. Over the years, Ben's appeared on the national stage at blues festivals like Telluride and South by Southwest and even the San Diego Blues Fest. And you've opened shows for the likes of Buddy Guy and Johnny Lang, what I used to know as Kid Johnny Lang back in the day.
Lots of fun stuff, man. It's
and
been
lots
great.
of others. You had a Best Blues Album nomination at the San Diego Music Awards a few years back for your release, Rise Up Singing. And also, fun fact, you were an artist dealer for National Guitars out of San Luis Obispo, and you rep their national Resophonic guitars.
So lucky to do so. Yes, it's
Yeah.
great. Those are great accolades. Thank you for acknowledging.
Well, we needed to set the stage here.
Yeah, well,
for
thank you.
Just how wonderful you are.
I forget about those wonderful things sometimes.
Yeah, well, that's why I'm here.
All right.
So you alluded to your musical journey right before I started talking here. So it began with the saxophone, then drums and harmonica, but then you broke your ankle and someone put a guitar in your hand. So let's take it from there.
From there, yeah, basically, I got a guitar over at Moonlight Music from Russell, and
Right here in Encinitas.
right here in Encinitas, been there forever since before I got here, and I was playing at Miracles. I think was my first gig, Miracles Coffee Shop. None of y'all look old enough. Yeah, it's a great little coffee shop right just south of the school there on San Alejo. And my daughter went to that school, so we would go there, and then I ended up getting some gigs there. So that was my first, coffee shop gigs, and then just never really stopped. Been lucky enough to play all over around. Yeah, been mostly home since COVID, but San Diego and Southern California in general can keep you busy. So,
But when you were laid up with that broken ankle and you had this guitar, it sounds like you started with Hendrix.
yeah, so I'm a left-handed person. Hardcore. I can't do anything right-handed. Like, most people are one or the other, and I'm not ambidextrous by any means, but this guitar was right-handed. And I started noodling around and listening to the music I was listening to and being able to find some notes and stuff. I thought that was pretty exciting. And I had been writing songs kind of always, and even had ideas of having a little band. And you can't really quite get people to do exactly what you want to do. So I thought it'd be just easiest to go ahead and learn some chords on the guitar. And then I think maybe my first real gig was like at the Del Mar Fair or something. And then I had a regular gig in Del Mar every Friday where you really just learn the chops, you learn everything, how to do everything. And yeah, it's been great.
So you started with Hendrix, but then like you said, I need to explore the blues a little bit more.
Yeah. Okay, so musically.
And so tell us about that journey of discovery into the blues, because you went all in.
Yeah, that's really interesting. I grew up a top 40 kid listening to Casey Kasem and just being a huge music fan. In fact, before I took saxophone lessons, which started in 4th grade, I built my first Tupperware drum set, as any good musician should. And I used to play along with the records and the top 40 every Saturday or Sunday, whenever that was. And but yeah, so just listen. I was a punk rock kid too. That's what I mostly listened to, and pop too. In the '80s was a very dynamic. I listened to everything from Prince to Bad Brains, and everything, the Smiths, everything in between there. And I was actually living overseas at that time, so it was I remember seeing incredible shows. Henry Rollins, in a club literally this big as this room, and just all the great punk bands that would come out, Bad Religion, and they're just doing tiny little shows. So
this was in Germany.
This was in Germany in the late '80s. Going to high school. I was in high school. My mom was a teacher for the Department of Defense, so I was there from '86 to '91.
So when the wall fell down,
I was there, man. It was wild. Let me tell you what. It was wild.
So you started saying, I got to learn a little bit more about the blues. I'm going to study the masters.
After the punk rock, kind of came the '60s music, where I was into all the Grateful Dead and Hendrix and all that great music, and it turns out, Jerry Garcia is a big musical influence on me. Not so much guitar wise, but just music in general, and turned me on to so much great stuff, including those original blues guys and just roots music in general. Like, he's a huge Bill Monroe fan. He loves bluegrass, and that's how I got turned on to Bill Monroe, and so that's a whole other thing. And then blues just as well. They're doing Jelly Roll Morton songs and Gary Davis. I'm like, this is amazing. Who's Blind Willie McTell? I have no idea. So you dig deep, and this is before the internet. But luckily, being in Encinitas, I had Lou's Records, and I would just go down there, and they would have every darn thing I wanted, and then some. And the dudes that worked there, the Tonys and Adrian and John and all them, they were just wonderful, and they would turn you on to, oh, you like this? Well, check out this, and that was huge, I got to say.
So it's like a recommendation engine, and
it was amazing.
In internet terms, but back when it was done by real people in person.
I can't overstate how important that was, to be able to go down to that store, and not only did they have what I was looking for, which is fairly obscure stuff to begin with, but they had even more, And then listening to that, they all listened to the same blues guys, all those great '60s musicians. That's where, come to find out, they all listened to the same 15 dudes, and that's where I found a real connection on multiple levels. And yeah, I did just kind of stay there for quite a while, try to learn that music. It's a great foundation.
So you're learning that music, and you're playing it, obviously, but like at the same time, are you coming up with your own stuff during that era?
Yeah, definitely. Doing, my stuff was more singer-songwriter style, right? Just strumming the guitar, and I didn't really know anything about how to play guitar. Honestly, I was self-taught, and pretty terrible. Good rhythm, but no real guitar ability. And just really got into it. Started gigging, just threw myself into it, had a ball. It was probably really terrible at first, but Encinitas, we had some great opportunities. Danny from the Artist Colony would have gigs, and he would let us perform. And like I said, Miracles, and just working all the way up to the great, like somewhere like the Belly Up or something, which was a real thrill to do.
That's when you know you've arrived.
That's a fun gig, I'll tell you what.
All right, you got some more music for us.
Oh yeah, let's see here.
Ben Powell,
Thank
Pacific
you guys.
View Sessions.
Well, what am I doing here? Oh, yeah, I'll do one of my songs. This is called Away From Home. It has a little Encinitas tied to it. The Shell Station in Encinitas used to be a coyote stop. If you don't know what that is, you could. It's where workers used to gather, day laborers. And I wrote this tune about this called Away From Home. Baby, that cold wind blowing, mama, that temperature getting low. Baby, that cold wind blowing, mama, that temperature getting low. Baby, I'm far away, mama, I'm far from my Southland home. Well, mama, know my fishing out in the cold. Baby, got to get on. Out to sea, baby, there ain't no more fishing in the cold. Gotta get on out to sea. Baby, gotta get a big catch out. Hey, baby, big enough for upon me. Oh no. I'm far away. Baby, I'm far from my Southland home. Hey! Baby, I'm far away. Baby, I'm from my South. Baby, I can't make money. Hey, but in my neighborhood anyway. I'm far away. Babe, I'm far from my Southland home. Baby, I'm far away. Woman, I'm far from my Southland home. Baby, can't make money, my baby, neighborhood no more. Baby, I'm far, far away. Hey, baby, from my Southland home. Whoa, now. All right. Well, hey. That was a song of mine, like I said, that I wrote about some itinerant work, people traveling for work. This is a beautiful National resonator guitar that he mentioned. It's a resophonic instrument, mechanically amplified, designed in the 1920s. The gentleman that designed these actually had a little music shop in Escondido as an old man on 2nd Street. He passed away there in the early 90s. His name was John Dopira, the inventor of this Art Deco beauty. Well, let's see here. I got another one I could play too. Well, actually, I'll play something else and then I'll go back to the resonators. Let's see here. Well, let's try this one. So many harmonicas. I was having a harmonica talk earlier today with somebody. Well, you know, you need one for each key if you're like me. Let's see, what am I playing? Oh, yeah. All right. Well, baby, take me back. Mama, take me back. Well, baby, not do nothing. Let you don't lie. Baby, tote your food. Get your attitude. Good girl, I'll make that fire warm. Hey, baby, if you want me to. If I'm going down onto that railroad track, begging my good girl, honey, won't you take me back one more time? That's all I need. Baby, not do nothing wrong. Baby, just you wait and see. Baby, baby. the way the rich folk do. Sure to bring them food, mama bring them wine. Baby, get right to it, well, you know this each and every time. Hey. All right. Hey, now. Baby, take me back, well, one more time. Baby, not do nothing wrong. Sweet little side. Been working all day, I'm working all night. Ain't gonna stop trying, girl, till I get it just right. Oh, after all that, I had the wrong harmonica. How about that? All that work for nothing. All right, do another one. All right, let's see here. Maybe I'll get the right harmonica this time. Babe, I wish, sugar, I wish I had a little special ride to call my own. Baby, I wish, babe, I had a little special ride to call my own. Babe, I wouldn't have to ramble. Good girl, be good man, stay right here at home. Baby, I hear you hollering. Baby, know I feel you screaming out loud. Baby, I hear you hollering there. Baby, screaming out loud. Ooh, baby, the way you do it. Ooh, make a good man feel so proud, huh? Babe, I wish I had less special ride to call my own. Babe, I'm wishing sugar little special rider just to call my own. Babe, I wouldn't ramble. Oh, sugar, I stay right here at home.
Longtime Encinitas resident and uber talented bluesman Ben Powell here for his Pacific View session. Hello again, Ben.
Hello.
Dan, that was it was a pleasure to hear those tracks.
Thank you.
Just flowing out of you.
Thank you.
So as before we kind of went on the air here, we were talking about the fact that your friends over at the San Diego Troubadour featured you in a cover story last month in a really intriguing article, well written and quite
Absolutely.
historical. I enjoyed reading it.
Well, thanks.
And a lot in there to learn about you and your musical journey, but I really dug the part about the art of songwriting for you. So maybe you can amplify that a bit here for us.
Thank you for bringing that up. That was super fun. That was really, really a treat to get to sit down with Tim and do that interview. That was really great. I want to thank them. Songwriting, yeah. It's a wonderful thing to think about and talk about. I actually like trying to do maybe a little class here at the school about songwriting and the various approaches to it. Sometimes I'm asked, or maybe sometimes I just pretend I'm asked and I just start talking as I'm doing dishes or something. But how do you write a song, And first I would think it's an interesting thing to ask, what is a song? Why does the song exist? Understand what we're doing. And it's really fun. It's a fun human thing to talk about and learn about. And I certainly have my little path, but it's my little path. And for me, I write songs when I'm inspired. I hear something, whether it's a melody, a rhythm, a lyric, a line, a thought. And that's the gift. That's the inspiration. I don't where it comes from. Okay, that's the magic. And then the work. You got to flesh it out and work hard on it. And different songs have varying degrees of difficulty getting finished.
So does that spark happen while you're playing the guitar or while you're just doing the dishes or something?
Unfortunately, I'm not in charge at all, and I feel probably I've heard other people talk about it. We're not in charge of that. It comes when it comes, and I feel a serious, actually, believe it or not, responsibility to take it seriously and to understand that it is a gift of some sort, that inspiration. And so if I'm in the shower, I get out of the shower and I write it down. If I'm driving, I stumble for my phone or pull over even and tape it. I get up in the middle of the night and jot it down. So
'cause otherwise it's lost forever.
The way I work, I've understand now that it goes quick. It comes quick and it goes quick. So it's my responsibility to catch it so I can work with it later. And every once in a while, and again, it runs the gamut. Once in a while, a song comes just done. You got the music flows, or you maybe had a little progression and you come up with the greatest B part, and then the lyrics are just there. And it's all there, it's done. And you're just like, thank you, that was wonderful. And those are, not terribly common. Maybe 1 out of 20, 30 songs comes like that. The others are varying degrees of real hard work. And some of them take years. For me, I'm a slow writer. That's the other thing I finally realized. I don't trip on it. I don't put my pressure on myself to finish, sometimes to finish, but to write, writer's block, and I'm not writing, I'm not being creative. Well, I've understand for me how it works is it comes in waves, if you will. And when it comes. I can write a record in a week, let's say, worth of material, 10, 12, 15 songs. It's really something. And I don't know how or why that works that way. And then I'll go a couple months without writing anything. But I always have papers everywhere, and I'm always writing little ideas down. And that's how I think most writers do it. But that's really a fun way. And then the music thing is just a whole nother thing, It's part magic and a lot of work. But it's great. And I love talking about it.
So when one of those creative bursts hits you, and you're just feeling super creative, but you feel like there's something inside that has to come out, and you may just go for a couple days at a time and just focus exclusively on the songwriting.
And I spend a lot of time thinking about that too. I am lucky enough to be able to mostly do that. I do have responsibilities sometimes, but a lot of times I don't. I'm a professional musician. I work at night a lot, but that's a whole thing too. I've had day jobs, and I've always been able to have a little notebook and write on the job or whatever. But yeah, man, it takes some time and some focus, and I feel blessed to have that. Not everybody has that, and for a long time I didn't have that. But yeah, man, you can get just it. Like I said, it varies on its difficulty as far as navigating it and chasing it down, as Tom Petty says. But yeah, it's all the things are involved, and you need time and focus.
So what you've been describing is what happens in Ben's head and in Ben's room when get the music flowing. But do you ever use others to collaborate with to come up with songs, or is it really a solo journey for you?
Oh, when you said that, my heart aches. I'm so sad that I don't. I have fantasies. I pretend. I fantasize. I don't. I don't work with other people, and I don't know why. I used to have a Django jam at my house every Tuesday, and it was so much fun. We were all learning Django songs, mostly reading charts and stuff, and super social. We did some gigs out of that and everything. But when it comes to my gigs, my work, I'm like 900 out of 1,000 are solo gigs. 990. I mean, so many. I'm just solo, and it's partly economic, to be perfectly honest. Paying a band is not something I've ever figured out how to do. I feel just terrible handing someone $50 or, after a hard night's work. $100 is better, but still, it's really tough. And I've heard through the grapevine that money's coming up a little bit, which is great. I hope so. I don't have a band, but I have so many songs that I've written. I have packets of songs, entire different genres of songs. I don't just do blues. I'm really into swing and country and Americana, whatever you want to call it. Just that honky tonk and roots music of any kind. So I write in different styles, and I also like the punk thing and the pop stuff, punk stuff, whatever it's called. I don't even know. But so I have songs that aren't this, that don't get performed so I need a band. And I formulate bands in my head all the time. A little string bass, trumpet.
But in the
mandolin,
Troubadour article, it did mention you did have some collaborations.
In the works. Yeah. Like I said, I do have some feelers out.
And if it's in print, it has to be true.
Well, that is true. I do remember telling Tim that, and it was something I'm working on. I'm working on it because I got these songs that I really want to play, and I need help playing them. So yeah, it's coming, and along with recording. Like I've yet to start recording. I have a big catalog of songs that need to be recorded now. So I'm starting to really feel the pressure of them needing to get recorded.
I want to hear your punk songs.
Yeah.
Maybe next time.
Me and you both. Yeah. I used to be a punk drummer. I was not a punk guitar player. I was a drummer.
Well, switching topics, you had alluded to earlier, you're teaching some classes here at the Pacific View Art Center. Let's hear about that a little bit.
It's so exciting. I'm so glad. It was very serendipitous how it happened. I happened to be walking with my friend, and Jess approached me and said,
Jess Roberts,
that's
the
right.
program manager for here.
That's right, my boss. Would you like to come check out the facility? And I was like, oh my God, we were just talking about it. Because we were walking from Swami's down here and just past the school. And it was just really great. And then I just, asked if there was some positions, and it just ended up working out perfect. And I'm teaching, I've done a couple intermediate blues classes. I've done, and now I'm in the middle of a beginning guitar class, which is really interesting and fun and working, to my surprise. I didn't, it's great. It's so much fun. And I did a swing guitar class, and I have other ideas, and yeah, just the whole facility is just absolutely amazing. I'm so thankful. Like I said, I lived right literally on the corner of 3rd and F down there, and for years when my daughter was born, and we used to come up here and play, and then the school closed, but it was still, we would still play basketball up here and stuff, and then to see it fall into disrepair, but then to see it come to a life like it has, it's just, wow, it's like so great. And we're just lucky, so I'm happy to be a part of it in any way that I can. And they have all kinds of rad stuff. I'm always telling my friends, look at that hula class, and they do screen printing and art and painting. And
you going to sign up for the hula class?
Not the hula class, but I'm thinking about learning some. There is a couple classes that caught my ear, and even in here, I'm going to take a production class maybe. So yeah, it runs the gamut. Hula, I'm spreading the gospel, but it's probably not for me. I'm just not a dancing type. I love it when the dancers come to the gigs, but I'm not myself a dancer.
Fair enough, but I felt like it was worth asking.
Yeah,
they didn't ask you. The Troubadour did not ask you that.
They
question,
did not ask me that.
It was time. All right, Ben, you got some more songs for us?
I'd love to. Yeah.
All right, Ben Powell, Pacific View Sessions,
all right,
City of Encinitas.
Thank you. Oh baby, oh look at this too. Speaking of Encinitas, I mean it's Hawaii, but Let's see, this is another song of mine. I think this is on my new Rural Blues record. Baby, I'm not gonna lie, sugar arms seem red. Baby, about them little things saying, roll around my head. Baby, I couldn't know, baby, I stood to lose. Just run away laughing now. Let me wait a more worry blues. Yeah. Baby, I could have seen when it to lose. That's a runaway laughing, baby, left me with more worry. All right, guys. Thank you for listening to me. Thanks for having me today. Really a pleasure and a thrill to be here. Getting to play for y'all. Let's see. I don't think I used this guitar yet. It might be too loud. Let's see. I'll try something on this guitar one more. A little get out. So I was mostly playing my original songs today. I think the first two I did were interpretations of a couple Blind Boy Fuller songs. And then I did 2 or 3 of my own songs. And now I'll maybe do an interpretation of the Great Big Bill Broonzy, one of my favorites. And this is a song I don't know nothing about. It's a hard work song. That's not true. I built a house. It was hard work. From the digging the foundation all the way up to the roof. Very hard work. And I kept thinking about stuff like this. It's a song called Stump Blues. Baby, I'm sitting on this stump, babe. I got a little worry mind. Oh, babe, I've got one worry mind. Babe, I'm sitting on this old stump, hey, hey. Babe, I got a little worry mind. Babe, I've got one worry mind. Baby, on there, never did get no fun. Find my good girl. Baby, I lose my life trying. Baby, shot my $5 word. Oh, baby, got my pawn claw. Mama got my pawn claw now. Baby, I shot my $5 word. Hey, got this old pawn claw. Well, mama got a little pawn claw now. Where come on there, never did get no satisfied to tell. Never gonna get to do me, baby, like done my, oh, baby, like I did my good friend Shine. If ain't never gonna get to do sugar like I did my good friend Shine, mama. Lady, welcome on the left, tell you where, baby, real stone blind. All right. Oh, now.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks, you guys. Hey.
Oh, Ben Powell, thank you so much for that Pacific View session.
Oh, my pleasure. Thank you so much for having me.